Good morning, Columbia. Here we are again. Another day. Same two guys. I'm Curtis Wilson.
I'm Tyler Ryan. It's the big show here.
That's what it is. No doubt. Feels like winter's coming back, man.
Nah.
What's up with that? Feels like it's kind of chilly.
Not really. I mean, it's about average, though. Temps
Oh, that's what we're
for
supposed
overnights,
to be right
yeah.
now?
It's not
Oh,
too
okay.
far off from the average.
Yeah.
You know, still some chilly nights.
Yeah. Not too bad day yesterday. It was kind of a nice day.
It turned out all right. A lot of
Yeah.
sunshine. It wasn't too hot. I was out on the lake for a hot minute, and yeah, it was actually rather nice.
So it was just hot for a minute out there?
Just for about a minute, yeah. Well, I was on the lake for a hot minute, but it was hot for about a minute because I was chilly, and then I had to take my sweatshirt off, so it was, hot for about a minute.
Cool deal.
we got a very, very busy show today. We got Rebecca Lorick and Sims Tillerson from Pathway to Healing.
Yeah.
Talking about the Walk a Mile.
Big Walk a Mile.
Now, you're hosting that, right?
I am.
Okay, when is that?
It is April 22nd.
Excellent. So that's right around the corner.
Gives you time to get your teams together.
Yep,
So
get
it's
your
so
shoes.
important.
Go to Nancy's Nook and get your big shoes. Your stiletto heels or whatever.
All right.
It's true. Also, Shelly Simmons from Vivid is going to be here to talk about some skin care. You get 90% of skin cancer comes directly from the sun, by the way. So we'll talk about that with
It's
summertime
important
coming.
with that sunscreen.
Yeah, I always forget to wear it, man.
How do you forget? You out there on the lake all the time.
I know, and I've been trying to do better with it. But sometimes I'll break out with the sun and stuff, so I'm trying to do better at it.
Okay.
And
it's important.
Janelle Green will be here from 9 Round to kick our way to fitness.
Okay.
So
Right.
a lot of stuff. Plus, I guess we'll squeeze in some news and weather since we're here. I got a fancy clicker.
Oh, is it called the bedazzled?
Bedazzled. Yeah, this is my golden clicker. It's my white golden clicker.
I see.
See, that's right. I have talent on loan from God, you see. My golden clicker.
That's that guy who used to say that he passed away.
Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah,
That's why I've picked the mantle up.
Oh, okay.
That's why I do my weather with one half my brain tied behind my back just to make it fair to the other meteorologists around.
He picked up all of his
You're darn right.
colloquialisms.
Darn tootin'. I've read very, very few books my whole life. All 3 of his books I've read cover to cover. Back in the day. This is years ago.
Oh,
I haven't read lately.
we're almost 3 minutes in and we haven't done weather.
Oh, let's get to it. What do you say?
I think so.
All right.
Imagine being born at the most magical place on earth, Disney World. Well, that happened for one special giraffe. Meet Tucker. He's the newest addition to Disney's Animal Kingdom. He's the 3rd calf a Maasai giraffe named Mara has had since coming to the park in 2015. Every birth is important because giraffe populations are declining. Maasai giraffes are one of 4 different species of giraffes, and they are all considered vulnerable. Yeah.
Giraffes they're so gentle, too.
Yeah.
They're so gentle.
Do they still let you feed them at the riverbanks?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, when they had a baby years ago, they had literally a great big bottle. But I've got somewhere of it. I gotta find it. A cool video. So where they feed them, because their necks are so long, you go up like a set of stairs, and there's like a scaffolding to set that the keepers will come up and pour the grain and stuff into, so they can just kind of walk up and eat at their face level. And I have this great video of me sticking my head out. He's trying to eat, and I'm like, "Hey, buddy!" And I'm like this far from the giraffe, and he stops, and he kind of is eyeballing me, and he's like, "What do you want?" And then he went back to eating again. It was so funny.
Oh.
He was just so gentle. He just checking me out. All was good, and he went back to eating. But they're great animals. Great animals.
So, it's your first trivia question for today. Disney World first opened in what year? Was it 1948, 1955, 1967, or 1971?
Wait, which one's world and which one's land?
Land is here. World is California.
All right.
No, Disneyland. Disneyland's California.
Okay.
Disneyland's California. Disney World's here.
Disney
That's right.
World
Disney World's
we're talking
Florida. Orlando.
I think it's 67. I feel like it's 67. I don't think it's 71, and I don't think it's 55. For some reason, that's sticking in my head. I don't know why.
Oh, we're so happy that, like, back in, I think, 55 or so, you kind of befriended that little pet mouse, and you taught him all these things. You put the costume on him, and you told Walt Disney about him.
Yeah, no, I'm glad about that.
But I think they owe you for that.
I agree. And I still think you got the short end of the stick when the first Steamboat Willie film wasn't a talkie, so you couldn't have voiced it. Ugh. You were robbed, my friend. There's a QR code on the screen, by the way. Oh, Pluto! Oh, it's going to be one of those days. Today, oh, goodness gracious, is this day, gin and tonic. Now, it used to be more than Grandpappy's cough medicine. It was actual medicine, sort of. In the 18th century, Curtis, the Scottish would use a derivative of tonic to fight malaria, but the tonic tasted awful, so they used lime and gin to make it taste better. And voila, the gin and tonic was born. Now, the gin itself was developed from juniper berries, dating back to a Dutch physician back in the 16th century. So see, it always was kind of a medical thing. Nowadays, if you are a gin and tonic drinker, it's a preference that's known as for sophistication and balance, Curtis. So if you drink a gin and tonic, you're very sophisticated.
Nice.
I just drink Jack Daniels, so you know that.
Oh. Well, you know, I couldn't even drink the gin nor the tonic. Can I just get an ice cold glass of water?
Well, tonic is just is like soda. Tonic isn't alcohol at all.
No, I know that. The taste of it is tonic.
Yeah. Well, that's why they mixed gin with it, because tonic tasted so horrible.
Oh, so if I did that, I'd like it.
You put gin in water? Either way, I don't think you'd like it either way.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't think you would. But there you go. It's gin and tonic day. I may have a gin and tonic day just out of honor of the day.
All right. The guy that was telling you that said he wanted to see the whole screen of the weather and stuff, he also told me to smile more, so there you go.
Very nice. You look like Cheshire Cat.
I know. So coming up today, 10 until noon, I'll be over at Goodwill on 111 Highland, and they're going to do the job resources thing. So if folks are looking for positions or if they need assistance and help and things of that nature, I'll be there 10 until noon over at Goodwill, so that should be good. Mariah Carey, by the way, I don't know if you remember this, back during the holiday season. What was the song, the big song everybody loves to sing?
I hate that song. All I Want for Christmas.
All I Want for Christmas.
Hate it.
She was being sued by somebody who said it was, you know, that was their song.
Right.
She actually just won, and this person now has to pay 6 figures to her attorneys.
So the other one's got to pay the attorney fees?
Yeah, got to pay all of that. So yeah, that person lost going up against Mariah.
But if you try hard enough, there's only so many ways you can play notes. There's songs that sound very similar. You can't.
Oh, yeah, all the time. Yeah.
And you got sampling. You got all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. What you got?
So do you think you're friendly and approachable when you're sitting out doing your thing? You know, do you think people find you approachable and nice?
That's why the guy at the place told me I need to smile more. I must have a scowl everywhere I go.
Well, you may be coming off as unapproachable based on your body language, which is good for me. I don't want to be approached.
Yeah.
I like people to leave me alone. But so maybe I got to start doing these things. If you have your arms crossed, you know, you sit there like, you know, grumpy old man.
Yeah.
You might not be approachable.
Yeah, because you're closed in when you do this. You got to be like this.
Yeah, you know.
You loosen your tie, take your shirt off.
What?
Go ahead. What's the next?
Lack of eye contact. You know, you don't want to look at somebody in the face. Facing away.
While there's somebody's talking to you?
Yeah.
Like I'm doing right now?
Yeah, turn the other way. Fidgeting, hiding your hands makes you appear unapproachable. Like, you know, when we used to talk to, here they are. When we used to talk to Pam with the etiquette school, protocol school of Washington, you should never put your hands in your pockets. You should just have them out. That's kind of a, you know, it's an insecurity issue, and it's a thing if people put their hands in their pockets.
For law enforcement, it's a safety thing. Got to keep your hands out your pocket.
Yeah.
That's why we tell you to keep your hands out your pocket.
But that's for us, exactly. Yeah. Lack of smiling. See, that guy was right. That fella, you need to smile more.
Do I not smile enough on the show, Charlie? No.
Charlie says he
useless
does.
trivia.
Yeah, he does. He's on my side. He sits on my side of the studio.
They switch.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't even notice. I don't. And closed off posture. So you may be your body language may say you're unapproachable.
Yeah.
So
I guess for me too, because you know I wear glasses, but sometimes I don't. And people will say, you know, I saw you the other day. You didn't even speak. Did I have my glasses on?
Maybe I didn't even see it.
You know. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, either way, we should be good to each other.
All right.
Smile more, Curtis.
And if you're able to finish your food in less than 20 minutes, you may want to slow your roll. Well, the Cleveland Clinic says it takes the stomach about 20 minutes to communicate with the brain that it's full. So if you eat too fast, that could lead to bloating. indigestion, and even could compromise your digestion. To help with slower eating habits, health experts suggest to put down that phone or turn off any distractions while eating, as it could lead to you ignoring signs that your belly is full. Also, make sure you chew your food like Mama said, which will also slow down your eating. Yeah.
I've always been accused of eating fast. You know, you probably, I don't know how they did for you in the academy, but my academy was very hands-on, old school, very in-your-face drill sergeants. And that's what they would scream at us if we were standing in line. Get the groceries down. You know, we had like 3 minutes to eat a meal, and that was just part of the deal.
In the military, had to eat it fast too.
Yeah.
They would tell us, taste it on your way out. That's how fast you have to eat it.
That's right. That's right. And yeah, so it was a crazy way. But you know how many times it seemed like every time when I worked the road full time, man, every time I'd sit down and just take my first bite of a Sammy, here comes a call. So I just learned to just and throw it down, man.
Yeah.
Throw it down.
But now we know it's not good for us.
Right, kids, don't try that at home.
Yeah. I forget how many times they say you're supposed to chew your food. Chew before you swallow it. I forget.
Isn't it like Yankee? No, that's Yankee Doodle Dandy is the toothbrush thing, right? I don't know. But you don't want to sing Yankee Doodle Dandy while you're eating food, because then you're just going to spit everyone and everybody. They won't appreciate
You're
that.
sharing it with people in a way they don't
Sharing is caring.
Okay. Here's a trivia question. Disney World opened first in what year?
71. 50% of people on the QR code got it right.
Pity, pity. All right. Tariffs kicked in this morning. Whatnot. Yeah.
Yep. That'd be interesting to see. Play the long game. I mean, I think that economists, one of the Reagan economists says, obviously it's going to work. It's going to be a little uncomfortable for a hot minute, but it's going to work.
Yeah, the hot minute could be a long time. Think about this. You've invested, you've done the things you're supposed to do all the way up to this point. Now, I don't know how many more years you have before you're going to retire. But, you know, right now the economy is down, so that money that you probably saved is gone, and it's going to take a while to build back up.
The stock market's down, not the economy. But.
Well, when you talk about that, you talk about long term, so it's not going to come right back. It's going to take a minute for this to bounce back.
Yeah, it's not going to be, you know, probably the next month or so, but I don't think it's going to be very long before they start. I mean, there are already 72 countries already out of the 192, or 72 of them are already negotiating. So, I mean, they're already coming to the table, including the EAU. So,
well, hopefully, I mean, you know, like you say, the stock market is down, and it takes a minute for that to bounce back into your, what do you call, portfolio or something like that. So, you know, when you have folks who are at the retiring age or retiring right now, it doesn't look good for them.
No, it doesn't. But the greater good is that for so many years we've been getting taken advantage of.
I get that point.
And then, so it's just a point of having the fortitude to say, this is, tighten it up, this is going to hurt, but this is what's fair, what's right. We've been taken advantage of for so long that it's somebody had to say, enough's enough.
Seniors now who are retiring are going to get the brunt of this.
Short term, I think.
Kids may benefit down the road, but you know, we'll see what happens.
So it kicked in today. Honestly, I think it's going to be short-lived. It's not just us. It's going to hurt. You know, the whole thing is just make it fair, and that's all it's about, is just being fair, a fair playing field.
Okay.
So, but yep. Tariff talk.
Is the weather going to be fair or hot?
It's going to be, actually, it's going to be fair. Great question.
Okay.
It's going to be fair, as a matter of fact. Not hot, Curtis. I know you don't like hot. You got another day. You're good.
Tattoos is something that you have to live with your entire life, unless you want to painfully laser it off. But that hasn't stopped people with the latest tattoo trends. Now, you may remember tramp stamps. They fell off in popularity a while ago, but Gen Z women, they're bringing it back as a source of feminine power. Some other tattoo styles that are making a comeback also are tiny tattoos, charm tattoos, and tribal-like tattoos, with the most of these styles allowing Gen Z to not break the bank for some ink.
I tell you what, I am here for it. You go ahead and give me an inked up chick. Whew.
Like it?
I am here for it. Now, I don't care for like neck tattoos and face tattoos.
Okay.
But short of that, you give me a sleeve, whatever. I am here for it.
Okay.
What about you? Do you like tattoos or not?
I mean, you know, it's good for those who want them.
Yeah.
I'm just not one for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
But I think I'm old school.
Some people just don't like them, you know, at all. But they become more mainstream. I mean, remember back in the day, and I'm pretty sure the sheriff's department too, but certainly highway patrol, if you had something like a lot of military guys would get it on their lower arms, you had to wear a sleeve because you weren't allowed to show your tattoo.
Not anymore.
And so now, no, absolutely not.
Yeah. Also beards too.
Yeah.
You have a beard, but now you can.
What was the old saying? You never get a tattoo you can't cover up in court.
Right.
That was always the idea. But yeah, man.
Or your grandparents, wasn't it? Your grandparents?
What's that?
Cover it up so your grandparents.
Oh yeah, or your grandparents, sure. You know, just here's the one rule, guys, and it's fundamental. Do not put another person's name on your body. It's bad luck.
Well, you put your kids or your mom. Or
okay,
your
fair. Put your mom. I guess that's not going to change. But you know what I mean. Don't put a lover.
Yeah.
How about that? Is that better?
Okay.
Don't put the girl you meet at the fair. The next day, you're running down to animated canvas, putting her name on here. I'm going to love you forever, Tanya. And then she's gone.
You still hurt over that?
And you're left with your mullet and Tanya's name and, you know, just some crying.
Yeah. You feel better?
I do.
Okay.
Very therapeutic.
Right.
I still don't know how to get the name Tanya off my arm, but.
Second trivia question for today. When did tattoos become mainstream? 1950s, 60s, 70s, or 80s?
I think in the 50s.
The mainstream?
Well, no,
Because they weren't really publicly accepted until, you know,
yeah.
like maybe the
You think in the 80s,
70s,
70s, 80s?
I'm thinking 70s, 80s.
Okay.
I don't know which one.
Yeah,
Maybe
you know,
80s.
You're right. You know, I'll go with the 80s. I'll go with the 80s.
Because then everybody started having them. You
Right.
know. Like before it was tattoo, you were a mean dude. You were a bad dude. You had a tattoo back in the day.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, everything, because I love the 80s.
Yeah,
man.
it was just like that, Austin. This is how you had to be when you had a tattoo back in the day. And you didn't smile.
So you did a lot of, like, chest exercises. So your arms kind of like this, and you rode around on a motorcycle. Okay, I get you. There's a QR code, by the way, on the screen.
That's why you went like this. So you go like this. You go back down like this when you're done.
For goodness sake. I'm going to say 80s.
Thought he was
'cause
walking.
all things about the 80s were great. It was the decade of greed, the decade of me. Remember, greed is good. You know, pop collars, Miami Vice, all things were amazing. And Ronald Reagan was president. Life was good. I'm going to go with the 80s.
Okay,
I'm going to go with the 80s.
that's it. Just like that.
All right.
Walk through the weather like that.
You're ridiculous. All right, at Curtis Wilson 275 or at Tyler Ryan. My gosh. All right, we got to go do the tail end of weather. Like this? I don't know. Come to 23. I don't know if I can do it right or not. Here we go. Oh, here I come. Oh. They're not coming to 23. There he is. See, like this. I can't even walk like that. I can't even do it. Get out of here.
Well, let's go to 6:35 now. 25
Why not?
now.
Let's do
before
it. Let's look
top
crazy.
of the hour. Yeah. What you got?
So, yeah, you know how much it costs to raise a kid these days?
Yeah, of course I have kids. It's a lot.
To bring a kid into this world and, you know, take care of him through 18 years old, $439,000.
Gee, Christmas.
439. It's a smart asset study. It's about kid in Massachusetts is about $36,000 a year, just as a that's most, and the cheapest is in Mississippi, which is $34,000. But 29% of that is on housing. You know, you got to give him, a roof over his head, I suppose.
Yeah.
Child care and education is 16%. Food is 18%. I don't know.
Child care is so expensive.
Childcare is
Daycares
crazy.
and stuff like that.
There are some parents who decide not to go back to work immediately because they'd be losing money if they use daycare and went to
Wow.
work. It's
Wow.
cheaper for them to take care of the kid themselves, which is insane to me.
That is.
Healthcare is 9%, miscellaneous is 7%. So, whoo, dog, it's a labor of love for sure.
Yes, it is. All right,
But-
switch to sports real quick.
Yeah.
Lakers and I think, who did they play? Was it Thunder? And Luka got ejected from the game. A fan, he had made this shot. Luka just made this shot. I think like the score was 108, 107.
Right.
Lakers were up. Luka makes the shot, and the fan says something off the court. It was chirping or something. I don't know what was said, but he was immediately ejected from the game.
Who, the player or the guy?
No, the player, Luka,
Right.
from the
What's chirping
Lakers.
mean?
I don't know. I thought it was like a bird sound or something. I don't know. But anyway, they went on to lose. Yeah, that game, 136, 120. Thunder won.
I'd like to know what happened between the fan and
I know. I don't. I saw it say chirping, so I'm thinking it was bird sounds. Now, did he actually say something? It had to be. You had to see the clip.
Yeah.
Can we run that clip? We don't have it.
Roll tape. I bet you can Google it.
Yeah. It's
All
crazy.
right. Well, there you go. Get out of here. I'm out of here. I'm out of this seat. I'm going to head down to the weather. Oh, wait, not yet.
Dominican Republic nightclub. The roof collapsed. Yeah.
Holy
yeah,
smokes.
just happened. A merengue singer, Ruby Puri, he was a very popular guy. He died. Two former Major League Baseball players from right here also died as well in this thing. One played for the Mets, one played for St. Louis. But it was crazy. So that's still going on right now.
Smokes. What? I didn't hear a darn thing about it. I'm plugged into the news 24 hours a day, and I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Good gracious, that's awful.
Horrible.
Wow. Way to end the segment on a bummer, dude.
I know, sorry.
Golly.
Do I have anything? Nope.
Anything uplifting?
Let's see. A third term. Trump wants to run for the third term. And he says, hey, I want to go up against Obama. They did a poll. It was 53-47 for Obama. Is that an up note for you?
Well, I mean, that's interesting. I'm, reading some different polls about popularity of that, but interesting.
Okay.
Third term. You can't do that. Oh, we got to go to weather.
I know. Well, the way your teen uses Instagram is changing once again. Instagram unveiled the new protections it is adding to its teen accounts on Tuesday. Among the changes, teens under the age of 16 will be prohibited from going live without a parent's permission. A teen will also need a parent to sign off on them, turning off the feature that blurs images that may contain nudity in direct messages. Well, the new protections will be available in the coming months.
Okay, this is an example of symbolism over substance. Symbolism over substance, Curtis, because there's no way to enforce that. A teen is pretty smart. I mean, all things considered, with the young skull full of mush that they have, they just change your date of birth on their own Instagram. The parents aren't going to notice.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know.
How about you just don't give a 10-year-old a cell phone? How about that?
But the thing is so much is out there even off of TikTok or whatever these apps are that people can or kids can get to.
I know. It just, I don't know the answer except maybe just turn off the internet. Can somebody just go ahead and unplug it? I mean, that would be such a glorious thing.
You have to get the former vice president who said he invented the internet. What was his name?
Al Gore. He did not invent the internet. But then again, Dan Quayle spelled potato with an E. So there it is.
There you have it.
Oh, my goodness. We got to protect our kids, but golly.
Ask you the question, when did tattoos become mainstream?
The answer is the 1970s. Although tattoos themselves have been around well before the 70s, they gained popularity due to the celebrity and athletic influence and normalization.
There you go.
Guys, thanks for joining us. Always so much fun.
It is. Listen, we got the noon news, 5, 6, and 11. We'll circle it back around for a Thursday. Have a great day. It's going to be a beautiful one, according to him.
Be good to each other.